Welcome to my channel. Imagine this. You go to bed at midnight, sleep only 4 hours, and when you wake up at 4 a.m., you feel so alive, so refreshed, as if you have slept for 8 full hours. Your mind is clear, your body is light, and your energy is ready to carry you through the whole day. Now think about it. With this energy, how much faster could you learn English? How many more words could you remember? How many more sentences could you practice without feeling tired? Most people believe the only way to feel rested is to sleep longer, but that is not true. The real secret is not the number of hours you sleep, but the quality of your sleep. And when you learn how to improve your sleep quality, you unlock a hidden power. You wake up fresh, strong, and ready to make English part of your life. Stay with me, because in this video I will show you exactly how to sleep smarter, not longer, and how this secret connects directly to your English learning journey. Chapter 1. The secret link between sleep and English learning. Think about this for a moment. How many times have you tried to study English late at night, but your eyes felt heavy and your brain refused to work? You looked at new words, but the next morning they were gone from your memory. Or maybe you listened to an English lesson, but when you tried to repeat it later, you felt frustrated because you could not recall even simple sentences. This happens to almost every learner, and it is not because you are not smart. It is not because English is too difficult. The real reason is that you are trying to learn with a tired brain. A tired brain is like a phone with only 5% battery. No matter how hard you try, it cannot perform well. This is why so many English learners fail. They study when their body is weak, and their brain cannot hold new information. Now here is the surprising truth. Your brain is not just a machine that collects words when you study. It is a memory machine that does its best work while you are sleeping. Yes, you heard that right. Sleep is not only rest for your body, it is powerful work time for your brain. When you enter deep sleep, your brain organizes everything you learned during the day. It takes the English words you saw, the phrases you repeated, the grammar you practiced, and it files them into long-term storage. Without sleep, these things are left floating in your mind, and by morning, they simply disappear. Here comes the spike moment. Did you know? If you don't sleep properly, your brain actually throws away new English words instead of keeping them. Imagine spending 1 hour learning 20 new words. But then, because your sleep was poor, your brain deletes half of them, like pressing the wrong button on a computer. This is why sometimes you feel like you are running in circles, studying and forgetting, studying and forgetting. The problem is not your effort. The problem is your sleep. Now let's build some curiosity. If you want English to stay inside your memory, you must sleep smart, not long. Think about this idea carefully. Most people believe more hours of sleep equals more rest and more learning power. But sometimes, even after 9 or 10 hours of sleep, you wake up feeling like a zombie. On the other hand, some mornings you may sleep only 5 or 6 hours, but you wake up fresh and alert. Why does this happen? The answer is the sleep cycle. Your body sleeps in cycles of about 90 minutes. In each cycle, you go through different stages: light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. In deep sleep, your body repairs itself and releases growth hormones. In REM sleep, your brain is extremely active. This is when you dream, and this is also when your brain processes languages and memories. If you wake up in the middle of deep sleep, you feel groggy, confused, and slow. But if you wake up at the end of a cycle, even after fewer hours, you feel fresh. This means the quality and timing of your sleep matter more than the length. Now, let's connect this with English learning. During REM sleep, your brain strengthens the connections between new English words and your memory. For example, if you studied the sentence, "I am learning English," your brain will replay this sentence while you are dreaming, even if you don't realize it. This process makes the sentence stick. The more cycles of deep and REM sleep you complete, the stronger your English becomes. But here is the magic. If your sleep quality is high, even fewer cycles can give you great results. In other words, 4 hours of high-quality sleep can help your brain remember English better than 8 hours of broken, shallow sleep. So, what does this mean for you? It means that the way you sleep can decide how fast you learn English. If you continue to study when you are tired, you are fighting against your brain. But if you study when you are awake and give your brain proper rest at night, you are working with your brain, not against it. This is the real secret link between sleep and English learning. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine 2 learners. One studies English for 2 hours at night, then scrolls through social media, sleeps late, and wakes up tired. The second learner studies for only 30 minutes, then prepares for bed, sleeps 4 hours deeply, and wakes up at the end of a sleep cycle. Who do you think remembers more? The second learner. Why? Because the brain of the second learner was allowed to store the information properly. This is proof that smarter sleep leads to smarter English. So from now on, I want you to change the way you think about learning. Don't just focus on how many hours you study. Focus on how much your brain can actually keep. And that depends on how well you sleep. Sleep is not wasted time. Sleep is not laziness. Sleep is part of learning. In fact, it is one of the most powerful study techniques you can use. Remember this line: every night your brain becomes your English teacher, but only if you allow it. Give your brain quality sleep, and it will reward you by keeping the words and sentences you learn. Take away that sleep, and you will continue to forget. So the choice is yours. Do you want to study and forget, or do you want to study and remember? The answer is simple. Sleep smart, and let your memory work for you. Chapter 2. Understanding the sleep cycle, your body's hidden clock. Every night when you close your eyes, something very mysterious and beautiful happens inside your body. You don't just fall into one long block of sleep. Instead, your body moves through a cycle, like a secret clock that runs again and again while you are resting. Each cycle lasts about 90 minutes, and inside that 90 minutes, your body and brain go through different stages. If you understand these stages, you can unlock one of the most powerful secrets of energy, health, and even learning English faster. Let's break this cycle into simple steps. The first stage is light sleep. In this stage, your body is just starting to relax. Your eyes may still move a little, your breathing slows down, and your muscles begin to loosen. It is like the entrance door to sleep. You are not fully resting yet, but your body is preparing. This stage is important because it helps you move smoothly into deeper stages. Then comes the second stage, deep sleep. This is the stage when your body works like a repair shop. Growth hormones are released, your immune system becomes stronger, and your body heals itself from the stress of the day. If you cut your hand, deep sleep helps it heal. If your muscles are tired, deep sleep rebuilds them. But there is more. In deep sleep, your brain also clears away waste and prepares for new learning. Without deep sleep, your body feels heavy and weak, even if you spend 10 hours in bed. Finally, we reach the third stage, REM sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement because in this stage, your eyes move quickly under your eyelids. This is when most of your dreaming happens. But the most powerful thing about REM sleep is what it does for your brain. During REM sleep, your brain organizes and strengthens memories. This includes the English words, sentences, and grammar you studied during the day. REM sleep is like the librarian of your brain, taking new books, new information, and putting them in the right place on the shelves. Without REM sleep, your brain forgets. With REM sleep, your brain remembers. Here comes the spike moment. Waking up in the wrong stage can make you feel worse than sleeping 10 hours. Think about that. Have you ever slept for a long time, maybe on a weekend, but woke up feeling lazy, heavy, and confused? That is because you probably woke up in the middle of deep sleep. Your brain was still in repair mode, and you forced it to stop. The result is grogginess, no energy, and a need for coffee. On the other hand, sometimes you may wake up after just 5 or 6 hours, but feel fresh and alert. That is because you woke up at the end of a cycle when your body was ready. This is the hidden clock of sleep, and when you learn to work with it, everything changes. So how do you align your wake-up time with the cycle? The answer is simple. Remember that each cycle is about 90 minutes. If you want to wake up fresh, plan your sleep in multiples of 90. For example, 3 cycles equal 4.5 hours, 4 cycles equal 6 hours, and 5 cycles equal 7.5 hours. Waking up at the end of a cycle is the key to feeling powerful, even if you sleep less. That is why sometimes 4.5 hours of good sleep can feel better than 8 or 9 hours of poor sleep. It is not about quantity, it is about timing. Now let's connect this to English learning. Remember, REM sleep is where your brain processes language. This means that when you learn new English words during the day, your brain practices them again during REM sleep. It is almost like your brain is your secret English tutor at night. If you don't reach REM sleep, you miss this practice. That is why studying English without good sleep is like writing on water. It disappears. But when you sleep through full cycles, your brain takes those same English words and locks them into memory. The next day, when you try to recall, they come back easily. Let me give you a simple example. Suppose you learn 10 new English sentences tonight, such as, I am learning English. I like coffee. What time is it? You repeat them, you listen carefully, and then you go to sleep. If you sleep deeply and go through REM cycles, your brain will play these sentences again and again, almost like a song in the background. By the morning, they feel natural, and you can say them with less effort. But if your sleep is broken, or if you wake up in the wrong stage, your brain cannot save those sentences. By the morning, they are gone. This is why smart sleep is a secret weapon for language learners. And here is a powerful curiosity moment. Now that you know the cycle, let's see how to sleep only 4 hours and still feel powerful. If you design your sleep to end at the right stage, and you use hacks to improve your deep sleep and REM sleep, you can feel like you have slept for 8 hours, even when the clock shows only 4. This is the science of efficient sleep, and when you combine it with English learning, the results are incredible. Imagine saving time, waking up fresh, and remembering more English than ever before. That is the power of understanding your body's hidden clock. So from today, I want you to stop thinking about sleep as one big block. Start thinking about it as cycles. Respect your cycles, and your cycles will reward you with energy, memory, and focus. And in the next chapter, I will show you the exact hacks to make this possible so you can learn English faster while sleeping smarter. Chapter 3: The 4-Hour Sleep Hack. How to trick your brain into full rest. Now that you understand the sleep cycle, let's take the next step. The real secret is not about sleeping more hours. The real secret is about sleeping better hours. You see, most people think of sleep like charging a phone. The more hours you plug it in, the more battery you get. But your body is not a phone. Your body is a living system. If the quality of your sleep is bad, then no matter how many hours you stay in bed, you will still wake up tired. On the other hand, if you make your sleep quality powerful, even 4 hours can feel like 8. This is the magic of quality over quantity. So, how do we do it? The first rule is environment. Your brain takes signals from your surroundings. If your room is bright, noisy, or hot, your brain cannot relax fully. The best room for sleep is like a cave, dark, cool, and quiet. Darkness tells your brain to release melatonin, the sleep hormone. Cool temperature, around 16 to 19 degrees Celsius, helps your body lower its internal heat, which is necessary for deep sleep. And quietness removes the little interruptions that keep pulling your brain back to light sleep. If silence is not possible, use a white noise machine or even a fan. Think of your bedroom as a temple for rest. Here comes a spike moment. Your phone's blue light is stealing your English memory every night. Blue light from phones, laptops, and TVs tells your brain that it is still daytime. This blocks melatonin and keeps your brain alert when it should be winding down. The result? You don't enter deep sleep quickly, and your REM cycles are weaker. That means the English words you studied in the evening are lost. It is like working hard to write notes in a notebook. but then spilling water on the pages before they can dry. To avoid this, reduce screen use 1 to 2 hours before bed. If you must use your phone, turn on night mode or use blue light filter glasses. Protect your sleep, and you protect your English memory. Now let's talk about rituals. The brain loves signals. When you repeat the same actions before bed, your brain learns that it is time to shut down and rest. One powerful ritual is meditation. Just 5 minutes of deep breathing or focusing on calm music can lower your stress and prepare your mind. Another ritual is journaling. Write down your thoughts, worries, or even the English words you learned today. When they are on paper, your brain feels lighter. Some people use binaural beats, special sound waves that guide your brain into a sleep state. Whatever ritual you choose, the key is to make it consistent. Over time, your brain will automatically connect that action with sleep. Let's add some small but powerful habits. Magnesium is a mineral that relaxes muscles and calms the nervous system. Magnesium glycinate is one of the best forms to take before bed. Green tea, especially the kind rich in allantoin, helps reduce anxiety and prepares your mind for rest. But remember, drink it earlier in the evening, not right before bed. And avoid caffeine after the afternoon. Coffee, energy drinks, and even strong tea can stay in your system for hours. If you drink them late, your body may lie down, but your brain will still be awake. Now let's connect everything back to English learning. Sleep is not just recovery, it is part of the study. The last thing you do before bed matters. If you scroll social media, your brain will replay meaningless pictures and videos during REM sleep. But if you listen to an English podcast or read a simple English story, your brain will replay English. This is a hidden superpower. Even while you sleep, your brain will practice and strengthen the words you just heard. So make it a ritual. Spend the last 5 minutes before sleep with English. Listen to a short conversation, repeat a few sentences, or read a small passage. Then go to bed. During the night, your brain will take those sentences and make them part of your memory. Imagine this. You study English for only 20 minutes in the evening, then follow your sleep rituals, create the right environment, and sleep deeply for 4.5 hours. The next morning, you wake up fresh and find that the words are still there in your mind, ready to use. Compare this with another learner who studies for 2 hours, but sleeps poorly, using the phone in bed and drinking coffee late. The next day, that learner forgets half of what they studied. Who is smarter? Not the one who worked longer, but the one who slept smarter. This is the essence of the 4-hour sleep hack. It is not magic. It is science. You give your brain the right signals, protect it from blue light, prepare it with calming rituals, add supportive habits like magnesium and tea, and finally connect it with English learning. Do this, and you will feel the difference in your energy and your memory. Remember this line: when you win the night, you win the language. Sleep is not separate from your English journey. Sleep is your secret partner. Use it wisely, and even with fewer hours, you will grow faster than ever. And now that you know how to trick your brain into full rest, In the next chapter, I will show you how short naps and small boosts can take your English and your energy even higher. Chapter 4: Power Naps and English Boosters. When most people think about learning, they imagine long hours of study, staying up late, and working harder than everyone else. But the truth is, sometimes learning faster doesn't come from doing more, but from resting better. And one of the most powerful tools for resting is not a full night's sleep. It's a simple nap. A short nap can change how your brain works, how much energy you feel, and even how well you remember English words. The secret is not about sleeping all day or wasting time. It's about using naps in a smart way that recharges your brain like plugging in a phone battery. Think about this. Have you ever studied English for an hour, felt tired, and noticed that your brain couldn't focus anymore? You kept reading the same sentence, but nothing stayed in your head. This is the moment when a nap could save you. Instead of pushing harder when your brain is already full, you stop, rest for 20 minutes, and then come back stronger. That is why scientists, athletes, and even astronauts use naps. They know that the brain works like a machine, and every machine needs a reset. Here's the spike moment. Did you know that NASA discovered a short nap can make you 34% more alert and 100% more focused? That's not just a small change. That's like turning your tired brain into a powerful engine again. Imagine you are listening to English lessons. You feel sleepy and distracted. After a nap, suddenly your mind is sharp. You hear words clearly, you understand faster, and your memory is ready to save new information. This is the power of the nap. Now, how can naps connect directly to English learning? The answer is simple. When you sleep, even for a short time, your brain doesn't just rest, it processes. That means it takes the things you learned before the nap and organizes them. It's like a librarian putting books on the correct shelf. Without a nap, the books stay on the floor in a big, messy pile. But after a nap, the books are stored neatly, ready to be used again. So, if you want your English lessons to stick inside your head, naps are your secret weapon. Here's a practical example. Imagine you listen to 5 new English sentences. You repeat them, you try to remember, but they feel difficult. Then you take a 20-minute nap. When you wake up, your brain has already started to save those sentences. You repeat them again, and suddenly they feel easier. It's like magic, but it's actually science. This is why I like to say, naps are like pressing save on your English progress. But you must nap the right way. A nap is not the same as lying in bed for hours. Too long, and you enter deep sleep, which makes you feel heavy and confused when you wake up. Too short, and you don't feel the benefits. The sweet spot is 20 to 30 minutes. That's enough to refresh your mind, but not so long that you feel groggy. Also, try to nap in the afternoon, not too late, because a late nap can disturb your nighttime sleep. Let's connect this with small actions you can do today. Step 1. Before your nap, learn a small piece of English. It could be a short podcast, 5 new words, or 1 dialogue. Step 2. Nap for 20 minutes. Step 3. Wake up and review the same English again. This 3-step method is like double training for your memory. The first time you learn, your brain gets the information. The nap processes it, and the review makes it stronger. You can even make naps fun. Some learners listen to English while relaxing with their eyes closed. They don't force themselves to stay awake. They just let the English words float in the background while they rest. Later, during the nap, the brain continues working on those sounds. You might not remember every single word, but your brain will be more familiar with the rhythm, the accent, and the tone of English. This is how you build natural listening skills. Here's another curiosity moment. Have you ever noticed how children learn languages faster than adults? One big reason is that children nap more often. Their brains get constant short rests that help organize new information. Adults usually skip naps, and that's why we often feel tired and slow when learning. If you bring back the nap habit, you can wake up your inner child, the part of you that learns English faster and more naturally. Some people ask, but what if I don't have time for naps? The answer is, you don't need much. Even a 10-minute power rest with your eyes closed away from your phone can recharge your brain. You don't even need to fall fully asleep. Just turning off distractions, closing your eyes, and breathing slowly can give your mind a break. And if you can reach 20 to 30 minutes, that's even better. So, the next time you feel frustrated because you can't remember English words, don't panic. Don't tell yourself you are bad at learning. Maybe your brain just needs a short nap to organize the information. Treat naps like a learning tool, not just a luxury. Because when you nap the smart way, you don't only rest, you build stronger English memory. And here's the exciting part. Now that you understand how naps work, you can combine them with the sleep cycles we talked about before. You can build a system where your nights give you deep rest and your naps give you quick boosts. Together, they make you unstoppable in learning English. Chapter 5. The Mindset Shift. From Lazy Sleep to Smart Sleep. Most people grow up hearing the same advice again and again. You need 8 hours of sleep every night. Teachers say it, doctors say it, even parents remind us before bedtime. And while it's true that sleep is important, this 8-hour rule is actually a myth when it comes to learning and energy. The reality is not about the number of hours, but about the quality of those hours. Some people can sleep less and feel powerful. Others can sleep more and still feel exhausted. So the question is not, how long did you sleep? The real question is, how well did you sleep? Here's the spike moment. Einstein slept 10 hours. Leonardo da Vinci sometimes only slept 4. And both were geniuses. How is that possible? The truth is, they had very different lifestyles and very different needs, but both understood one secret: quality beats quantity. If your sleep is deep and organized, your brain can repair, reset, and prepare for learning in just a few cycles. If your sleep is shallow and broken, even 10 hours won't save you from feeling tired. Now, let's connect this directly to your English learning. Your brain is like a student in a classroom. Imagine a tired student sitting at the back, eyes half closed, not listening to the teacher. No matter how smart the teacher is, the student won't learn much. That's what happens to your brain when you study English without rest. But imagine the same student after a fresh night's sleep. sitting straight, eyes open, ready to listen. That student learns quickly, remembers more, and enjoys the lesson. This is exactly what your brain does when you sleep smart. It transforms into a powerful learner. So, how can you reset your sleep and make it smarter? The key is your circadian rhythm, your body's hidden clock. This rhythm controls when you feel awake, when you feel sleepy, and even how much energy you have during the day. If your rhythm is broken, your sleep feels lazy and heavy. If your rhythm is balanced, your sleep feels light, deep, and refreshing. The first step to resetting your circadian rhythm is light exposure. Your body listens to the sun. When you see natural light in the morning, your brain gets the message, wake up, it's time to learn and move. But if you spend your mornings in the dark, your brain stays confused. That's why one of the best things you can do is go outside in the first hour of the day. Even 10 minutes of sunlight tells your body clock to reset. The second step is meal timing. Did you know that eating late at night can confuse your body? Your system doesn't know if it should digest food or prepare for rest. So, try to eat dinner earlier. Give your body at least 2 to 3 hours before sleep without heavy food. This helps your system calm down and makes your sleep deeper. The third step is your morning routine. The way you start the day decides how you will end it. If you wake up slowly, stay in bed with your phone, and avoid movement, your body clock becomes weak. But if you wake up, stretch, drink water, move a little, and breathe deeply, your body says, "Yes, I know what time it is. I am ready." This simple reset in the morning prepares your brain to learn English with more focus during the day. Let's bring this back to English. Many learners blame themselves when they forget words or feel slow. They say, "I'm not smart enough," or "I'll never be good at English." But the problem is not their intelligence, it's their energy. A tired brain refuses to learn. A fresh brain learns anything. So, when you sleep smart, you are not only resting, you are building the foundation for powerful English learning. Here's a motivational truth. When you win the night, you win the English day. If you go to bed with a smart routine, wake up at the right time, and reset your rhythm, you start the day as a winner. Every English lesson becomes easier. Every word sticks faster. Every conversation feels lighter. You don't need to fight with yourself. Your body and brain work together like a team. Think about it like this. Lazy sleep is like reading the same English page again and again without understanding. Smart sleep is like reading once and remembering it forever. Lazy sleep makes you slow. Smart sleep makes you unstoppable. So, from today, change your mindset. Don't ask, "Did I get 8 hours?" Ask, "Did I give my brain the right quality of rest?" Don't think of sleep as lost time. Think of it as hidden study time, because while you rest, your brain is practicing English, saving words, and building connections. Sleep is not the enemy of learning. Sleep is the secret partner of learning. Now you see why Einstein could sleep long and still create great ideas, and why Da Vinci could sleep short and still paint masterpieces. It's not about copying their schedule. It's about finding your own balance, your own rhythm, and your own way of sleeping smart. And here's the exciting part. Once you master this mindset, you no longer feel guilty for resting. Instead, you feel proud because you know every smart night gives you a powerful English day. Chapter 6. Military Sleep Trick plus English Practice Before Bed. Now that you know how sleep works, how naps can recharge your memory, and how smart rest beats lazy rest, let's end with one of the most powerful secrets in the world: the military sleep trick. This technique was designed for U.S. Army soldiers and fighter pilots. Imagine trying to sleep in a noisy war zone, with explosions outside, or in a fighter jet, where you need to stay sharp for every second. For these people, sleep is life or death. They cannot afford to wait for hours to fall asleep. So the Army developed a system that allows almost anyone to fall asleep in 2 minutes or less. Yes, even in chaos, even under pressure. Here is how it works. First, lie down comfortably. Close your eyes. Relax your face completely, your jaw, your tongue, your eyes. Most of us carry tension in the face without knowing it. Second, drop your shoulders down as if they are melting. Let your arms rest naturally. Third, exhale deeply and relax your chest. Feel your breath slow down. Fourth, move to your legs. Start from the thighs, then knees, then ankles, then feet. Let them sink into the bed. Your whole body should feel heavy and loose, like melting wax. Finally, the most important step: clear your mind. To do this, imagine a calm scene. You might see yourself lying in a boat floating on a quiet lake. Or maybe you imagine yourself lying in a dark room with no sound. If any thoughts come, just let them pass. With practice, you will fall asleep within 120 seconds. Here is your spike moment. Even fighter pilots in war zones fall asleep in 2 minutes using this trick. If they can sleep in the middle of danger, then you can sleep in your safe, quiet room. This is not magic. It is training. The more you practice, the faster you fall asleep. And when you fall asleep faster, you save precious minutes and dive directly into deep, healing rest. Now, let's combine this with English learning. The last 5 minutes before bed are golden. Why? Because whatever you do in those minutes, your brain replays during sleep. Think of it like a loop. If you spend those minutes scrolling on social media, your brain replays meaningless images and conversations. But if you spend those minutes reading or listening in English, your brain replays English. This is like giving your brain homework. But the best part is, your brain does the homework for you while you rest. So here's what you can do. Take a short English book, maybe just 1 page, or play a short English podcast, maybe just 3 to 5 minutes. Don't worry about understanding everything. Don't worry about being perfect. Just expose your brain to English. Then, practice the military sleep trick. Relax your face, drop your shoulders, breathe deeply, and imagine yourself calm. As you drift off, your brain begins to replay the English you just heard or read. And because sleep strengthens memory, those words stick better. This is smart sleep learning. Let's make it practical with a simple example. Imagine you are learning 5 new English sentences. Step 1. Read or listen to the sentences slowly before bed. Step 2. Close your eyes and relax with the 2-minute military method. Step 3. Sleep. When you wake up, your brain has already worked on those sentences. They are no longer just information. They are becoming memory. This is how you can sleep less, but still learn more. Earlier in my own journey, I made a big mistake. I wasted hours in bed rolling left and right, checking my phone, thinking about tomorrow. I slept late, woke up tired, and forgot half of what I studied the day before. I thought I was lazy. I thought maybe English was too hard for me. But I was wrong. The truth was, my sleep was weak. Once I started using the military sleep trick and practicing English before bed, everything changed. I fell asleep quickly. I woke up fresh. And the English words that used to disappear from my memory started to stay. Here is your emotional spike. Earlier I wasted hours in bed and forgot words the next day. Now I sleep less, remember more, and feel alive. You can too. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need to study 10 hours a day. You just need to learn how to rest like a genius. Sleep is not a waste of time. Sleep is your secret teacher. And when you use smart techniques like the military method, combine them with a little English practice before bed, you give your brain the perfect environment to grow stronger. So from tonight, don't let your nights go to waste. Use the 2-minute method. Read or listen to a little English before you close your eyes. Let your brain work while you rest. This is the way to sleep smarter, feel fresher, and learn English faster than you ever thought possible. So now you know the secret. You don't always need 8 hours of sleep. What you really need are smart hours of sleep. Sleep is not wasted time. Sleep is not laziness. Sleep is the hidden fuel for your English brain. When you sleep smart, your memory becomes stronger, your focus becomes sharper, and your confidence in speaking English grows faster. Most people think they need to work harder, stay up later, or study longer. But the truth is the opposite. You don't need to burn yourself out. You need to rest the right way so your brain can do the hard work for you, even when your eyes are closed. Think about it. Tonight, you can choose to do what you always do. Scroll on your phone, watch random videos, and fall asleep late, tired, and stressed. Or you can choose to try just one of these hacks. Turn off the blue light, prepare a calm ritual, maybe listen to a short English podcast, and use the 2-minute military sleep trick. Imagine waking up tomorrow after just 4 or 5 hours, but feeling so refreshed and so clear, as if you had slept 8. Imagine opening your English notebook and remembering the words you studied yesterday. That is the power of smart sleep. That is the future waiting for you. And here's the important part. Nothing changes if you only listen. Real change happens when you take action. Don't just say, "That was a nice video." Say, "I will try this tonight." Because the first night you try it, you will already notice a difference. You will feel your body calmer, your mind clearer, and your English memory stronger. The second night will be easier. By the third night, it becomes a habit. And when it becomes a habit, your life transforms. But here is something I want you to do right now. If you are serious about learning English and mastering your sleep, then show me your commitment. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and write in the comments. Sleep Smart Mode is on.